It's Michelle here with the music stuff, and we've got Devon Thompson with us, our longtime friend. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Barry and I have been fans of you for a while now, and you just keep bringing out great music. So we wanted to have you on and talk
Oh,
about your new
thank
song,
you.
Pillory, and see, just kind of catch up and see how everything's been going.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for having me. Everything's been great. I've been writing a lot, and obviously because the song just came out, lots of writing. I played a lot of shows in 2025. A lot of stuff happened last year that was great. But this year has been spent mostly writing because I'm putting together a record. So that's a whole thing.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
so where are some of the shows you played last year? What, like all over the country? Like, give us some information on that.
Well, I played so many gigs last year. I mean, a lot in LA, but then also regionally. So, regional Southern California. And then I also I did a New York Fashion Week with Marc Jacobs. I was the performer for their party, for their launch party in September, which was incredible. It was so cool. And I'm trying to remember because it escapes me. It was like last
Oh
year, so I'm just
yeah.
like trying to yeah. But I did that, which was quite possibly one of the coolest things I've ever done. I released Wishing, which is one of my favorite songs, and that did pretty well on TikTok, and a lot of people made their own videos with it, and so that kind of helped a lot of things and stuff like that really happened last year and was very exciting. I played my first music festival last year called Beach Life, and that was incredible and such an amazing experience with Alanis Morissette, the Beach Boys. Like it was so very
Nice.
iconic. It was a very cool festival. So lots of motion, lots of things happening, and this year has been a step back from shows so I can write.
So Fashion Week. So they're all on the runway doing their thing, and then they go to the after party to like mingle and
Yeah.
whatnot. And there you are. Now, are they too busy looking at each other's clothes? Were they watching you? Or like, how does that, that must have been a different audience than, oh, it's Alex's Bar in Long Beach or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the interesting thing about fashion and about because fashion is intermingled with music. But the thing about the fashion world is that people who don't do music are more appreciative than people who do music. And so there, a lot of people when I was playing a lot, everyone was listening. Everyone's so complimentary and like it's the biggest deal because that's just not what they do. And it's also music is elusive in a lot of ways. So they were just like, I've got to play this. There was a collab with Gibson and Marc Jacobs. And so I'm a Gibson artist and I got picked to go because they fit the vibe and they brought me out and it was so cool. Like fashion and me are, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
And did you see any celebrities or people you're a fan of where you're playing, you look up, you're like, oh,
Oh,
there's my favorite. That's my favorite designer. I
yeah.
gotta keep singing, but they're right
Yeah,
there.
of
So,
course. I saw Whoopi Goldberg. She was there. That was awesome. I love her. I saw there's a famous skater who was his name is Sage Alcessner. He's really cool. He was there. I also there's like a couple influencers and of course Mark was there and I got to take some pictures with him and talk to him and that was so great. It was nothing short of like literally fabulous. It was incredible. Yeah.
we saw Ray the other night, and Hans Zimmer came on stage, and they
Oh
surprised her. It
wow.
was like the last night of the tour. She was ecstatic. It was the cutest thing. She's like,
Oh wow.
yeah. So we're just
That's
thinking of like
incredible.
this iconic design. You're like, "What's up, Mark? How you doing? Got your clothes?" Like
Right?
that would have been pretty. Like
Yeah. Right.
that's neat. Well, how fun.
Yeah.
It's because like one time I did stand up at this person's birthday party and nobody could care less. It was so, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously nothing like you did,
It's
but there's times you get in those environments where you're like, it could be a disaster or it could be like
yeah.
appreciative. So that's good.
Sometimes people care and sometimes people don't care. It depends. But people really did care there because music is such a big deal to people who don't do music.
Yeah.
So ideal audience, yes, for
I'm
sure.
guessing
It
too,
was
like
awesome.
when you're walking on a runway, they got some pumping beats. So,
Yeah, this is
there's a
different.
vibe going on, right? So they
Mhm.
need good music.
Of course, of course.
So I looked up what
Yeah.
pillory means, and I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yes.
That's a unique
Yes.
word. Can you
Very
talk about
unique.
that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, pillory is, well, it's self-explanatory for one. The pillory is the medieval torture device that they put the people who did bad things and they shame them in the courtyard in the thing, and
Hmm.
they are a public display for bad behavior. They would stay there and everyone would know that like this person was stealing or this person did something bad, whatever it is. So they would shame them in public in this pillory. And I'm like, wow, we should bring that back. That seems like it would be very effective for a lot of people because the song
Yeah.
started when I played a gig and this guy literally would not leave me alone. He sat like a foot in front of me and he would not stop talking to me while I was playing. Very weird. And then he followed me to my car after. And I was like, it was one of the most upsetting experiences, especially as a woman. But like for me, it's just constantly like looking over my shoulder. I can't walk anywhere without feeling like I'm gonna get attacked because that's the reality. So I'm like, we need to shame these people again. We need to bring back pillories. We need to put people in them, and people need to see that they're doing bad things so that we are aware of this. Um, but I did generalize it quite a bit because it also is about time and the metaphor of like the hunter and the hunted and how time is kind of just chasing us. And
Hmm.
that's the biggest thing that needs to be put to shame here is time.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great song. The way it like you kind of lyrically weave it, and the melody changes and it goes a different way. It's not just beginning, middle,
Yeah.
end. It kind of does. It's really good. It's like that's just
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
It's got a nice
Thank you so
flow. It's got a
much.
different song structure than your average song. So
Yes.
it's yeah, feel like in some like let's say you're going to go visit, where the Gettysburg Address was. They probably still have them out there, in those
I'm
parts of
sure
the
they do.
country. Let's
I'm
take a picture in
sure.
this.
Right.
I remember
Exactly.
seeing those on vacation. So,
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
it's a torture device. Iron Maiden did pretty good with it
They
being named
did.
after a torture device. So I think,
I think that it qualifies and it's okay. So yeah, it's maybe a bit abrasive or a bit shocking, but I think that's very my style though.
so you're not really goth, but you lean in those areas a little from time to time. No? Yes, maybe.
Oh,
Dark,
it's
maybe.
more like it's sure, yeah, it's whimsy is the
Yeah.
overarching theme, I'd say. And whimsy and whimsic goth is adjacent. So that's really what the main thing is. And I make whimsy like dream pop style music, which
Yeah.
is there's some rock like sprinkled in there as well. But it's been an ever evolving sound. It's been an ever evolving aesthetic and style and something that speaks to me. And so that really has been kind of cemented for me. It really sits right with me, and it seems like it sits right with other people as well.
So you said during the Marc Jacobs show, the Fashion Week, you did a song. Let's go back to that song because you're excited about it. You say it was called Wishing,
Oh
or
yes,
yeah.
I didn't play that one there,
Oh,
but
okay.
I not that one. But I love, 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 love that song so much. And it's a lot of people's favorite song as
Oh,
well.
cool.
But Pillory, people seem to love this song, but Wishing seems to be the one song that like everyone loves, um, myself included. I think it's a fabulous song. I think it's great.
How does one get a sound? When you first started playing, that's just like, did you have a certain tuning or it evolves or, because like, it's weird, like certain people you hear on the radio, you Shazam them, you're like, oh, I didn't know who that was. And other people, you hear one lick, you're like, oh, I know exactly who that is. It's kind of,
Yes. Well, sound is so important. That's such a generalized term. Sound is a combination of many things. I think it's a combination of musical tones, like what are you using, what kind of keyboards are you using, or what kind of pedals on your guitar are you using, or things like that. And I think it's also influences are huge, and you can hear it in mostly every song you listen to, you could pretty much, for the most part, say this reminds me of this, or this they pulled aspects of this into this. Very rarely do you have true authenticity anymore, which is fine. It's always been like that. Um, so developing a sound for me started like sonically with my influences, but also visually. And since I said I was so fashion heavy and so like aesthetic heavy, that like sound also evolved from visuals. That really was important to me as well. So
And yeah, did you always think music was going to be your path, like when you were young?
yeah, yeah. I've been
Okay.
doing this for I think I've been doing this for a very long time, but I didn't seriously start doing it until 2020,
Mhm.
2021. Um, but I've always played in bands and I've always done music, and I started writing music when I was like 12. So it's been a long time. Uh, I've always known this was going to be what I did. I've always known. And so it feels very right to me. I've always been an artist and I always will be.
Yeah. I just remember seeing a Lady Gaga clip where she was like, well, even when I was young, I just felt like I should be famous. I was like, whoa, okay. Like,
Yeah, she and you know what?
clearly
She
she
and it's
figured it out,
incredible
you
because
know?
a lot of them say that, and I'm like, you know what? That's great. That's great. I
But I
feel like
guess
I'm right where I'm supposed to be, though.
exactly when you're drawn to your calling, you can't not do it. Like that is what you do. Like there's no,
That's me.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, exactly. That's where I'm at.
And let's see, do you have any artists that you have listened to as a youngin that later on you met or you might have had a chance to work with or that you could work with? Like some people you're fans of? Like, can you get like,
Um,
you know what I mean?
I think old like artists from the 70s and 80s and 90s, which are still a big part of what I of my sound. I
Yeah.
haven't met anyone that I've like really wanted to work with, but I would like to work with Johnny Marr because the Smiths are a big influence on me. I wish the Sundays were still a thing because
Yeah.
they're also a huge, I love Harriet Wheeler and I wish that they still played. So I love them and I have not met any of them, but hopefully one day, if I say Johnny Marr's name enough in enough interviews, maybe he will recognize me. So this is for Johnny Marr. I want to work with
We play him on the station. I just saw him at the Terragram. It was excellent. Or no,
you.
was it
Oh,
no, the Highland Park Lodge Room of all
Lodge Room.
places.
I didn't go to that and I wish I did. But
I mean, that,
he
yeah.
is so phenomenal and the best, in my opinion, the best, most inventive guitar player of all time. And people can argue that with me if they really want to, but I'm not a guitar shredder fan. So like it's extremely subjective to my taste. But Johnny Marr and the Sundays, that's a big, big thing for me. I also love Ecstasy. I'm a huge fan of them and I would love to work with them. And then newer influences, I mean, there's a few. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There's a lot of shoegaze bands that I really like and that are really incredible. Um, let me think. It's like I have so many, I swear, but they're like right now I can't think of them. So that's so annoying. It's wonderful. But
But
there are a lot of
yeah,
new artists that are great.
it's funny. That's kind of like that. Like Johnny Marr's an example of you could just turn on the radio or whatever, and you hear a riff, and you're like, "It's Johnny Marr."
That's the
You
Smiths.
just you're like,
And
and
The
they hit you
Cure
down. You're like, I
also,
knew it.
yeah.
Just
The
it could
Cure
just be one
also,
little
that's a big
thing, and you're
one.
like, you know, that's him.
And
If you know his
Morrissey's
music.
voice and Robert Smith's voice and like
Yeah.
that stuff just really stands out to to me and to everyone. I mean, it's just like so specific. You know exactly what they sound like. And so I pull inspiration from them a lot of the time. It's kind of like my main influences.
Ask the expert. We have Devon Thompson here, and she's got tons of songs online. You got to check them out. They're all just deep and interesting. And you listen to it a second time, you're like, oh, I catch that lyric the first time. What? Like it's just, oh, and then you hear another layer, and then you go back to the song, and the next day you're like, why is that song in my head? Oh, it's that Devon song. I just played it. You're one of those, certain songs you hear for the first time, and then you play them like a week later, and you're like, oh, I know this song. It's like, well, no, you really don't. You've only known this song a week, but You think you've known it forever.
But oh,
You have
that's
that
sweet.
knack of
Yay.
doing that with your hooks, that's a
Thank
talent.
you. We love hooks over here. I'm a hook fan. I love a hook.
That's good. So Gibson, how does that work if you're a Gibson artist? How does that all play out? I mean, that sounds like a great thing to be,
Yeah.
to have a membership with them or a endorsement or
Mhm.
whatever. That seems really cool.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple. Gibson is my main endorser, and then Vox. I also work with the amp company Vox
Oh,
and
nice.
Boss, the pedal company, because I'm a guitar player.
Yeah.
And they're incredible. And the way that Gibson works is I play their guitars. I play the guitars that they so graciously give me, and that they include me in, campaigns and shows and stuff like that. And also, they're just incredible people. Um, the women over there are so unbelievable,
Hmm.
like unbelievable people, human beings. Beth is the chief marketing officer, and she
Okay.
is quite possibly one of the best people alive. And Ray is global, she's artist relations over there. And there's just a
Rayanne.
lot of, yes,
Yeah, I know her. She's super cool. And yeah.
the best. And Ray and Jenny and Adriana and all them, they are so, they're very special to me, and they believe in me. And so that means so much to me. They believed in me when I was just starting out. That means so much to me. And they've been along for the whole ride. So I love Gibson, and they love me too.
I mean, I know they have Jared James Nichols. They have a lot of like super
Yes.
duper star acts and stuff, but how many other women do they have besides you?
They're adding more.
I was gonna
They're
say,
adding
yeah, that's
more, but anything guitar is a hard market because it's male dominated, first of all, which is
yeah,
predictable and understandable. Um, and a lot of people don't want to see a girl talking about the Smiths and Johnny Marr. They want to see a guy shredding like a crazy solo. And that's fine. But I think there's a huge audience, and I'm talking about social media,
hmm,
and just people's taste. There's a huge audience for the type of music that I am a fan of, and for the type of work that like Johnny Marr does. And so I bring awareness to that. And I represent a younger generation of guitar players and of musicians and of writers and artists and period. So I think that
yeah,
they see that in me, and that trust and that faith is very important to me. And I take that very seriously.
that's awesome. So, yeah, I know I've gone up to their little showroom in Hollywood. It's really, you
Yeah.
don't unless you know it's there, you don't even know it's there. It's
You
really
won't
nice
know.
how
Yeah.
they
You're not
do some
supposed to know
stuff
it's
there.
there. Yeah.
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 So when you are approaching writing an album, do you need to be in a certain headspace? Do you just get inspiration? Do you go back to all your notes and start putting this together? You find an old riff and go, whatever happened to that one thing I did? Or, how
Yeah.
does one
I mean,
approach making an album?
it's just a combination of so many things. You just sit down, you just start writing. You just write a bunch of songs and you put them together, and maybe they make sense and maybe they don't. Maybe they're cohesive, maybe they're not. I personally have just been writing a lot and taking inspiration from life, from just doing life. And so I've been doing life a lot, and gaining the experience and the knowledge from that. So I just write as it feels fit. That's really what it is. There's not a lot to it on my end, but there also is. I do have to be properly satiated in life and in fulfilled in order to feel, or in a deep despair. It's kind of one or the other. I can't be just like in limbo and writing.
Now, do you write the words out or do you strum as you write or do you do, could be either, or like how does?
I like to start with musical ideas first, like a guitar line, and then I usually put a concept behind it. Or I'll think of a line or a concept, and then I'll build a guitar part or a melodic part off of that. But a lot of it starts musically because it's so important to me.
But okay, so if you're writing lyrics, do they have to rhyme at first or you just do a stream of consciousness and
Stream
rehash
of
it later?
consciousness.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
generally I just write everything out, and then I like pick them apart, and then I make them work, and then it's yeah.
So Pillory, you get home, you're like, why are you in the front row? What are you doing? And then
Yeah,
I can see how that turned into that song.
it did.
Like
It
how
did.
much
It really did. It was
where's
that
my
easy. It
personal
was that
space?
easy. Yeah, it really there's really not much to it. You just write it out and then you make it poetic and you make it make sense and all those fun things. But it's songwriting is hard because it's really really easy to write really bad lyrics. And I'm not saying I'm some guru. I'm really not. Or I'm not saying I'm a fabulous writer because I just am. It's subjective again. I am a writer, but writing good lyrics, tasteful lyrics is extremely hard because there's so many bad examples of lyrics out there that I'm just like, this is not good. But you know what? People just don't care. That's the reality. Most people in the world do not care about bad lyrics. They just don't. We
You
care.
know, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's easy
We
to write a
care.
silly thing and then be like,
People don't care.
we can
Yeah,
make this better. But
exactly.
you have standards in your mind of what you know where you want it to be. You're like,
Yes,
okay, this is a C plus.
for
I got to get it to an
sure.
A, whatever.
Hmm. Exactly, exactly. And a lot of that comes from literature. I'm a big reader. So a lot of that comes from literature. And if you're a lyricist and you don't read and you don't love other lyricists and you don't love music, you're just not, you're like, what are you pulling from? Nothing. You're pulling from nothing.
Yeah. So that being said, do you have any certain, I mean, you might even have them on your tattoos. I don't know. Are there certain song lyrics that maybe were life or game changers or a pivotal moment in your life? You're like, wow, ooh, that's a good one. Like,
Oh,
I know it's on the
gosh. I
spot
feel like
asking
there
you
were
that, but
so many.
because I know you're like a
Um,
music head.
like, yeah, well, there were so many. I mean, in wishing, it's the come with me. I'm calling wishing well is just for you. Your secrets are with me. And the wishing well is a metaphor. That's a very specific song that's written in folklore, but
Mm,
it is reflective of life, in a very specific circumstance situation. So like that chorus is the wishing well is like, oh, I don't even know how to unpack this. It's a whole thing, but a lot of lyrics I write that are like that have a multi-layered meaning behind them.
mm,
It's not just like what it is,
yeah.
Pillory, a lot of them, I'm trying to think of my favorite my favorite line from Pillory. I mean, soft and tender and pure, soft and demure, like that's what a lot of men want to view women as. And we're just people. We're not one thing. And we can't fit some standard that they want. So that feels very resonant to me.
I'm thinking too, like some lyrics of like your favorite songs of other people that you were just like your jam. You know, people have like a lyric on their arm that'll say, not
Yeah,
another brick
yeah,
in the
yeah,
wall or something, but like,
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
see
yeah.
the
I
ever
don't
long.
have
How many
that.
people have breathe in, breathe out, the
Everlong,
day
right?
flow? People have that. A lot of people have that tattoo. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, really? Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I don't have any lyrics on me, and nothing on me relates to my life or my music at all. Sorry, there's no correlation there.
Are there certain like when you get like any other artist songs where like that's your jam? Like that was the like at some point in life where you're
Mm.
like kind of changed, not really changed everybody has that certain era or songs where they just might have, kind of everything shifted a little,
You
it
know,
seems in life.
yeah. There was actually today I was just talking about it. It's Fiona Apple, Paper Bag. It was like there's a couple lines, but mostly it's I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag, and that's just like, ugh, that line. And then Hunger Hurts. I was literally just reciting it like a couple minutes ago before this, and I'm already forgetting what it is. But that chorus, um, is so incredible. But I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag. I mean, that is like
Mhm.
that really hits so many things. It's like I can't even articulate it. It's so incredible.
Yeah, she's a thinker. Fiona,
Girl,
she
I
must
love
read a
her.
lot of books, I can
I
see.
love her, that thinker.
Yeah,
I love her.
yeah,
Incredible.
she's a good
Yeah,
one.
she really is such an inspiration to me as a lyricist. I think she is to a lot of people. But she is extremely influential in my writing.
I feel like she just did it and then looked at the record company like, no, this is what I'm doing. Not, we need
Oh
you to
yeah.
do, no. It's like, here's the record.
She
Take
had
it.
it in the right time. That was the right time for that. Yeah, it really was. And she just has this thing. She has this thing,
Yeah.
this deep sincerity. I love her.
Ask the expert. Devon Thompson's here. Pillory is out. Her latest track. It's super cool. You're all gonna love it when you hear it. Let's
Thank
see. You
you.
mentioned literature. Tell us about what books should we read that maybe people don't know they should be reading.
Oh wow. Well, that's very layered. Honestly, I pull from a lot of I love folklore, but I also love certain children's books, like Where the Sidewalk Ends and The Giving Tree. I'm a big Shel Silverstein fan. And so that is there's something so bittersweet about all of his writing. I'm a very bittersweet person. I love something that's bittersweet. Most of my writing involves that. And I
Mhm.
just love those books so very deeply that a lot of it translates into just like how I think and it's incredible what reading can do for you. Also, you know, we have people who insufferable people in a way, like, Bukowski, who I just adore, and Anthony Bourdain as a character and as an individual. And that those people and these writers and these are like the true influencers that I think that
Yeah.
influence something that's far more interesting than its social media, obviously. But they're
Mhm.
they're a big part of what I do.
Um, well, good. Let's see. What else I was going to ask you? So, what are some of the challenges, so to speak, that you might have had to overcome being a female in rock? I mean, you should just be considered a rock and roll artist, but they always have to add, "Oh, it's a female,"
Female rock and
like,
roll, yeah, it's so
or
stupid.
you play the guitar, yeah, whatever.
It's I mean,
You
that's a
run
big
into
one.
things of that nature.
Yeah, of course. Most of my crowd looks like this.
Oh,
They're standing there. They want me to be bad, really bad, but I'm not. So it's just, and then it's more rewarding. But I mean, I've had people right after my set. Like I've had a guy come up to my pedal board and be like, if you switch these two, he grabs it and he like moves it. I'm like, that is my pedal board. Don't touch it. But like I've had people do that and men give unsolicited advice. I'm like, I don't care. I just don't want to hear it. Like that's great and all thanks, but you can at least say you liked the set. Like, which generally them saying that is like they don't want to give that to you. But it's always a problem. Always,
I mean,
unfortunately.
I can't imagine you'd be that person that would just like walk up to someone's set and mess with their thing. You'd probably be like, "Oh, I use that pedal." You wouldn't be like, "Excuse me, I'm going to move these for you."
I would never. I would literally never. Even if I saw, I'm like, you know what? No, I would never do that. And a lot of people do that to me. And I don't know why they think they can.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
stupid.
exactly.
It's not women. It's just men. It's literally just men who've done this. And I've dealt with so much. I've had a stalker
Oh,
come follow me at my shows, and just, oh my god, it never ends. But you know what? It never ends for all women.
yeah.
It's not just me.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. They're like this, but who's on the stage? So, oh well, go home and
Exactly.
practice.
Oh well. So yeah, exactly. Go home and practice. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh
That's what I
man,
say. I'm like, go practice or something. Go get your own show. I don't care.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. What else do you want to tell the world?
I'll tell them about my record that's I'm gonna be writing and that will
Yeah.
come out.
Are you going to record it?
I
Do you know where do you have a certain studio that you like, or where do you, or different places have different sounds, or like how does that part of it work for you?
I I've been recording at a very old, very famous old movie theater called El Teatro, and
Whoa.
it's incredible. It's a old Mexican movie theater and it's in Oxnard, California. It
Oh,
it was home to like Willie Nelson did his record there, Bob Dylan, Tom Waits, um, like Did I say Neil Young already? I don't know if I did. Oh,
Dang.
yeah. But it has a lot of history. And so I've been recording. Pillory was done in there. Hunger was done in there, my last song before that. And it has a vibe. It just has a vibe. So we might do it there. But I'm not quite sure yet. But it's looking like it will because it's got such a vibe. Everything is old and vintage and slightly haunted and awesome.
I was just gonna say it.
No, it's terrifying. No, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It's huge, terrifying, and like dark. Very cool though. Very cool.
All right. Is there a city that you want to play in one day? Like, I'm gonna go and play there. Like
Oh, probably
London or England. I mean, you might have
yeah.
done London, but I just like, you know,
Where music lovers really are. Like where a lot of my honestly, this is crazy, but like probably Manchester because all of my favorite artists have come out of Manchester.
oh, okay.
Thank God for Manchester. So maybe Manchester or London. I think that my music would really make sense over there, and that's just a dream place to go play at. Also Australia because I have a lot of Australian fans, and I think that they would like what I do as well.
Well, it's cool, like, streaming, it doesn't pay the greatest, so they say, but you can tell where everybody is, you can you look up like where the stream is coming from
Yeah.
and like how, yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty, that's so let's say you've got all this in a certain city, you can go to the promoters and be like, yo, they're gonna trust me, it's gonna do good. Like,
Exactly. There's hard data that we know, and we can take it to the promoters, and then it's
yeah.
great though. And I'm gonna like once the right thing aligns. But right now, I'm like writing.
Yeah, oh good. And when do you think the record, like summertime or like fall or
No,
no?
it'll be like a fall or like winter release. I'm not quite sure yet, but
Yeah.
or maybe even next year. I'm not sure yet, but it's just a record's a big deal. So a lot of things need to be put in place before that's done.
Exactly. So you seem like you're
Yeah,
kind of an old soul, as they say.
I
What do
always have been.
how do
I
you think,
always
what
have
did you
been.
realize that when we were,
Gosh, I don't know. I think since I always when I was younger, I always loved talking to adults. It felt very normal and natural to me, but I also grew
yeah,
up in the entertainment business, so there's that. I think I knew that. I think that I've always known that. I've always loved older music and I've always loved older movies and books. And I think that I've just always been I've always been an old soul, I guess.
well, it's like older music, it's the warmth of the tape and the vinyl, just how it was recorded is a whole
I
different
just
than
love it.
digital, right? It just kind of, you don't really think about that, but you just inherently feel it. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm a big fan of all that comes with that.
Right, because they used to have like the tapes like this, and then they had to go back over and do that one little of the drum. They couldn't just take the Pro Tools and stick it
Of
in. It was like a
course.
thing. Where's the
Yeah.
drummer? He's out back drinking. Get him in here.
Yeah, exactly. Not like that anymore.
Yeah. Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite music documentary that you've seen? Has there been in one on any obscure band where you're like, oh, they did my favorite, or
Not
even not
really,
even that?
honestly.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of one that I like, or like a biopic or like a remake. Oh, yes. Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. I love Johnny Cash, but Walk the Line, the telling of his story, that movie of his life is so incredible. Walk the Line, so good.
That's super cool. They left out the part about the brother and the saw, which is probably good.
Yes.
That would have been a disturbing part
Oh,
of the movie.
in the movie, no, the movie starts with that.
Oh, okay. Well, I forgot that
Yeah.
part.
No,
But
you're good. You're totally fine. Yeah, it starts with that, and then it shows just how he just was such a tortured person. You know?
yeah, and just
Yeah,
growing up with a dirt
yeah,
floor. Like, could you even imagine? Wait, Johnny Cash? Like, yeah, sadly.
crazy. Also, coal miner's daughter of the Loretta Lynn
Oh,
story.
yeah, that's another one.
So good. That movie's so good about her life and just how and I just love those specific movies. So yeah, yes.
It's kind of, you just watch things like that and you think, okay, what's really happened to me that's so horrible? And these people have gone from, not you, but consider,
All,
you kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
reflect it yourself and go, and you think of that when there's a situation, you're like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. You're like, what
yeah.
did Loretta and Johnny do? They would get through this.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So
I will
those are two of my
persevere.
favorites for sure. And I will persevere. I will.
Off on a
Absolutely.
tangent, but music people tend to go those places. So, well,
Yes.
we're ending soon, but I'm so happy to have you on. Pillory, Devon Thompson,
Thank
all the
you.
streaming platforms have all of your songs. So please, people, you will not be disappointed. You'll be favoriting all of that stuff. It's fantastic. So I'm so
Thank
glad you
you.
had time breaking from your writing and recording schedule to be on Ask the Expert with us. But I appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
All
Thank
right,
you
we're
so
looking forward
much.
to the album. We'll have you back when the record's out.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
perfect. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye.
We are stopped. Perfect. Oh, that was cool. We kind of went all over the place, but it's okay. Kind
No, it's
of
fine. It's fine.
evergreen,
It's fine.
because like
Yeah,
we'll air this and then we'll be short on shows, and a month later, at least it'll still sound like, oh, I
exactly.
remember this one.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. Well,
that's
thank you so
cool.
much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Well, now the first thing Barry's going to do is track down that studio. I'll be
Oh my
like,
gosh.
hey,
It's
have
so
you heard about
cool.
the station? Because we're up
It's
there.
incredible. It's so beautiful. You will love, yeah, you can look it up. It's fabulous.
That's funny. That's like people talk about the Comedy Store in LA, and I'm like, it's haunted. They're like, what? I'm like, oh, some of those rooms, there's stories, like certain old
Oh,
buildings,
for
or the
sure.
American
Right.
Legion on Hollywood Boulevard, right on the way up to the Hollywood
Hmm.
Bowl, that old building.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember talking to one of the old men with the army outfit on. He was like 80 something, and he's like, well, the ghosts come out after midnight. I'm like, what? He goes, oh, we hear them clanking around.
Oh, great.
Well, the building's from 1912. What do you expect? It's crazy.
Right. Right. Exactly.
That's cool. All right. Well, see you soon. Thank you so much. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tomorrow at your show.
Yes, thank you so, so much. I really
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.